video. Feels like a lot of people are watching this video blog. Like, this is the first real video blog I've done in about 3 weeks. And considering it's the first real one after the draft, I think a lot of people are checking in on this one to be like, what is this kid about to say? There is way too much to talk about in this video blog. Something pretty interesting. A friend of mine over in England, she's going to school over there. So she hits me up and she's like, you know, I was at uni, they call it uni over there. I was at my uni in the library, and I'm sitting in the library and it's packed and everybody's quiet and serious and studying. And then out of nowhere, this guy in the far corner just starts laughing. And at first it wasn't that bad, but he just kept laughing and laughing and laughing. And the more he laughed, the louder he started laughing. He had his headphones on and he was just looking at the computer, laughing and being really obnoxious. Everybody's just cutting their eye and looking at him because he's being so rude. And then I couldn't take it anymore. Like, he was being so rude, I had to leave. So I pack up all my stuff, and as she's walking by him, she goes to cut him one more evil eye, and she looks up and she sees what he's looking at, and he was watching one of my video blogs, and she was so shocked. And I was pretty shocked when I heard this, because she was saying some guy who she had no idea who it was, and he was just dying of laughter. And I wanted to stop him and be like, I know that guy, like in real life. But she said she was so shocked that he was watching me. She said it felt like she knew a celebrity, and I was just like, cool, that's pretty awesome. I'm getting over Master's cold, by the way. Thanks to Mr. Master for letting me crash at his place for the last 3 weeks. That was good fun, that was good fun. But yeah, so my friend, she said she was flipping out. She was so giddy, she was so excited that I had made it over there in the UK. I get the emails every now and then from people saying, hey, my brother told me about this, my sister told me about your videos. So word of mouth is spreading thanks to you guys. So I must say, thanks a lot for that, because I think it's pretty cool, the whole word of mouth thing. I think that's pretty cool. You guys got good taste, I'm just saying. But I'm back in Orlando, so it's back to video blogging, and that's what you guys are here to see. So that is what I'm gonna deliver. And it's been a while since I sat down and face to face like this. Cause there's so much to talk about. Like, I haven't said anything really about the combine. I haven't said anything about hanging out with Master, and there's so much to talk about in so little time. But there's one particular video blog that's been in the back of my head. And I've actually recorded this video blog 3 times already, but I've ended up deleting it every time. And for whatever reason, it never gets uploaded, but I think this is the one. I got a call last week while I was in Dallas, and it was one of my ex-coworkers, and he was like, bro, we haven't talked in about 1.5 years. I don't know if you remember me, but I'm watching your stuff here on YouTube. I just stumbled across it. So he's saying, I'm watching your life, and I can tell you have direction, and I'm lacking a lot of direction right now. And it's so funny because when I was turning 19, which is how old he is, that same thing, that same thought jumped into my head. Like, it came from the subconscious to the conscious, like, what the heck am I gonna do with my life? My friend that I'm on the phone with now, him and I, we both worked at the Hard Rock Hotel together, and we'd have a lot of celebrities come through. And that's honestly what helped me along with this whole process, because I had a good amount of people that I got to meet while I was working at that hotel. I met Jay-Z, Jessica Simpson. That's an interesting story, by the way, the Jessica Simpson one. For any of you that ever meet me offline, if you ever want to hear the Jessica Simpson story, actually all these people that I'm about to list off have pretty interesting stories behind them. So any of you that are watching this video blog and catch me offline and you want to hear any backstory of these celebrities that I'm naming off, feel free. But yeah, Jessica Simpson, that was an interesting story. Adriana Lima, I told that story on one of the live video streams for Complexity. Dave Chappelle, the real Dave Chappelle, not the Xbox Live Dave Chappelle. Tony Hawk, Chris Brown, who I almost lost my job when the guy from The Matrix came through. Because they tell you, when you get hired, do not talk to any celebrities, wait for them to talk to you, and then you can talk. Yeah, no, that's a long story. That's another video blog all in itself. And the one celeb that came through that really kind of put things in perspective and make everything kind of like click into place was Kid Rock. He came and he brought his son, Bobby, out there. Bobby, if you're watching, I'm sorry, dude, I haven't been at the Hard Rock, and I can imagine it's probably not the same without me there, but shout out to Bobby. Bobby is a really cool kid. And then when I met Kid Rock, that was kind of like, this guy is a normal dude. Like, extra normal. The other people kind of like have this glow around them. And I'm looking at Kid Rock and he's just normal. It's like, this guy is just like me. And now that I think about it, Jay-Z was just like me. And so was Chris Brown. And so was all these people. Oh well, I met Howie Mandel. The guy Deal or No Deal. He's just like me too. And I was just thinking like, all these people that are like getting paid and doing big things, we're just like them. But there's something that separates us from them. And a lot of times it's that drive. So me and my boy were talking and I was just telling him, like, you know, all these celebrities that we got to meet while we were working at Hard Rock, it kind of put things in perspective for me. It's like, these guys are regular people just like us. Even me, I'm a regular dude. There was one thing that I did that I'm gonna share with you guys that really set everything in perspective, and it was called tree branching. Tree branching is a term that I came up with because I've never heard anybody that did this. It's basically what I did one day is I took a piece of paper. I can't see it. I don't see any paper around here. I took a piece of paper. Actually, hold on. It'll have to be my visual aid. So I took a piece of paper and I wrote down like 10 things that I wanted to do with my life. I was like, okay, hypothetically, I want to be a video game maker. I want to be a storyboard artist. I want to make music. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do that. Now this is like 10 things that I wanted to do. So then, you know, I started tree branching. And that's where it becomes like brackets for those of you who go to tournaments. And so what I did is after I made my list, I was like, okay, well, if I'm a video game maker, that'll potentially allow me to make music. So then I bracket those off. I'm like, okay, will that also allow me to do storyboards? Yes. Okay, so I started to see which of these points would let me hit most of the things I had on my list. Tree branching, very good idea. I suggest you guys try it. So then I'd come to other things like, okay, if I was a storyboard artist, it wouldn't necessarily let me work with music so easily. So then I started plotting out basically my entire life on that piece of paper. I have my blueprints right. I had my little map right here, ready to rumble. You know, at that point I looked at it like it was just me on a road. If this is the destination and I'm driving to this destination and I have no map, I'm gonna waste a lot of gas, I'm gonna waste a lot of time, I'm gonna waste a lot of energy getting there. So then I basically laid it out as my blueprint for life. So then all my decisions from that point on was always like, here's the destination, how am I gonna get there? So, my boy that called me, that's a little bit more insight into the conversation we didn't get to finish. So for any of you who haven't tree branched, I strongly suggest, possibly, I know it might seem silly to some of you guys, but try it out. What do you have to lose? Try tree branching, sit down, come up with like 10 things you want to do. Like in 5 years, I want to be here. You know, I'm gonna stop talking your ear off. We got some more coming, don't worry.